Hey everyone, can we hear me? Test 1 2 2 test 1 2 test. It says, I believe it's working, guys. Let me get this set up here, and then camera on. See if we get some folks come in, being I've accomplished getting on here. How about that? All right, so camera on. Bear with me, notice that was a pro. How's that look? Does it look okay? We're gonna look at the light. Probably do a little talking. See who comes in. See who wants to ask what and do what. And now I've got to find. So how's everyone doing this evening? Everyone okay with green? Looking at the light? Am I still live? Hey, that's Melina. Hey, sweetie, how are you? I'm trying to see where. I got two of the mods, right? I might be lost. Wouldn't be unusual for me. I'm real lucky I've gotten this far. Really. Really. So you have to kind of let me know if you guys are hearing everything okay, if the scenery is still okay. Hang on here just a second, let me oops, wrong thing. Alright, so this should perhaps run a little better now. I turned the sound off so we wouldn't have that double replay and stuff, whatever you call it. So, I was hoping to have more people here by now, but we'll hang out here for just a little bit more and see who comes along. And tonight, I thought we would do a little question and answering kind of thing, discuss a little bit about, um, you know, um, what the intentions are with the channel. Maybe go over little rules. They're kind of important too, but simple. Really simple. Um, well, I'll tell you what brought me to YouTube and the reason why I began to like YouTube. Um, it seems like a really good source to share information, social media, and other things like that. Seems to be a very good source for that. And another thing that I really particularly like about YouTube is because I have a very severe deformed right hand, and it takes a lot for me to do typing, and so it's very difficult for me to share things like I like to share them by trying to type. So this works out a lot better for me, a lot better for me to be able to speak and versus trying to put things together um, well enough to understand as far as writing the information. Um, I agree. You sure can learn a whole lot from YouTube. Yes, it has become very helpful for me. As far as my favorite community, I don't think I really have one. I really don't. I don't think I have a particular favorite. Um, I think for the most part is I've come to learn just how resourceful YouTube can really be, and my goal would be to use it to my very best ability in a lot of different ways, but yet in all positive ways. Because any kind of negative craziness, drama, or anything of the bullying or any of that kind of stuff, that's not for this channel. All that nonsense is not for this channel. It won't happen here. I'm currently working on an area to get things set up better so that I can use things to utilize better and share things better. But I didn't want to hold off any longer because I've had a lot of people um, asking about me getting set up and get going live. So uh, it looks like the notification thing on YouTube didn't work very well. It seems like only the three by word of mouth of the three that came to the live. So that's correct. Very correct. The the goal here is to build a solid team and a very solid and uh, coming together and achieving some real accomplishment. That's what the goal is here. Um, we we want to be successful and we want to accomplish um, whatever uh, team is the team is taking on. When I speak of team, I don't know quite yet just how we really go about like how it's gonna all work out and how it's all gonna get figured out. I'm hoping with once I get some mods and things like that, that known to be great and useful mods. Um, you gotta be quiet on me on live. You gotta be quiet. Okay? So, um, I don't really know how to go into full details about the team situation, but I know what I'm kind of vision and what I know what I would like to um, do. I like to form different teams, like things that whatever the person might think that they're best at and what they would like to do. And basically, what I like to do is like form like a 2 or 3 captain of a multiple massive amount of team. You know, like um, this team is the likes to do the research. This team likes to uh, literally present more into the public, and this team likes to be hands on, um, very much hands on whatever um, the team might be working on. And this um, this team or the other team um, is more on like handling travel expenses or anything like that we need to get all worked out farther down the line, and just different things. But there's so much that needs to be done, and I really plan on really opening and hoping to really hands on open up some real true um, information that is screaming for the help. And the truth is, if we don't figure out how to help where it's literally crumbling around us, then everything is going to continue to go to just literally crumble to nothing. And I want, you know, people who want to really stand for what's right and the truth. And I like to create these little teams of committees that want to commit to these type of things and really want to be involved and do things. If you're the type of person that you're willing to judge somebody and knock them down, or you lay eyes on them and you pick them apart because they got a funny looking face or their hair looks crooked or whatever it may be, you're not my type of person. I'm not looking for those type of people. I'm looking for people who generally have a wonderful, loving type of heart and truly see what is really occurring and happening, that they're literally watching and can feel to the bone that if something doesn't take place and some things don't start happening, where are we truly going to be? In no time soon, very soon, if something doesn't take place. Yes, I agree that this is definitely a place that I want us to be able to come together and um, figure out together amongst us, you know, different things that needs to be, and I don't really want it to be where it's just all about that either. I want us to have some good times too. Like I thought it'd be really cool if we could come up with a way to dedicate either once a week or once every other week to come up with some kind of game that everybody can be involved. Like, get teams together and do trivia, so forth. Like we can get it together. I just know that us women, we can get this together and we can, really do make this happen. Um, I have also started this channel to share a lot of information, a lot of first-hand information, and some of the stuff is really, really tough. So you have to be prepared to hear some of the most toughest things you may have ever heard in your life. So you would need to know that yes, we will be sharing things that concern where some of the information you might hear might be some of the roughest you've ever heard. And I want everyone to know that my intention is to never hurt anyone in any way. And I will try my best to always let someone know, or let everyone know when times might come to that point. But if someone's on panel and they would happen to share something, that's kind of out of my control. But whatever is in my control, I will always try to let you know that some information I may end up sharing might be very difficult to hear. And I've been involved in a lot of high-profile cases. Um, Unfortunately, um, regardless of what if anyone else may want to say, two of the biggest cases I was personally involved in was that monster Lisa Snyder and that Megan Boswell case. Um, those beautiful babies. I could never ever even begin to put in words how in the world could anyone ever do such a thing to any child. But I kind of got mixed up in both of those cases by really, I didn't really, never intended to get so hands mixed up in that. When I get like really tongue twisted over even talking about it, but um, in that Monster Snyder's case, reached out to me, and then in Boswell case, um, someone else reached out to me and requested that I do something. Um, Both of those encounters happened through Facebook group, and it was quite something. I have a lot of information to share about those. And eventually, I will do a live and literally share about those. There's actually information involving in the one case that's never been released, and the other case as well. We'll see how that goes about sharing everything. I'm not very good about sharing things, um, pretty much because I don't like to go on to that emotional level. It's just like heart wrenching, really. And poor baby. Somehow, some way, you know, even baby Summer, just those three high profile cases, and then baby Cash, and um, little fella, um, Gannon. So I just named 5 that we all know that were pretty much high-profile cases over the last couple of years. 4 of those we all know the CPS was most involved in some way or another. You know, see, I think that's what a lot of people don't really realize, that we truly can't really even try to figure this out until we start at the source. I wasn't, I never really knew anyone. Um, it just so happens I seen an article. I'd never even been really involved in a group until, this baby, uh, Connor and Friendly. Um, I never really was ever, been involved in, I had a really good friend, back home in West Virginia, whose father and her baby brother, um, were, murdered. Very local to me, and I've been friends with her for a long time, many, many years. So I've been in her group, but that was about it, really. And but as far as being involved in any high-profile group, um, that Monster Snyder's group was, pretty much the first real encounter I ever really was involved in. And we're going to get into all that later. People are going to be really shocked when they really find out the truth about that, about all that, and when I can really truly show the proof of it all. It's, yeah, and the parents fell first, and that's why there needs to be not just one social worker looking after a case. There needs to be multiple, and action needs to be taken place once a certain guideline is met immediately. There's no hesitation. If the family falls within a certain guideline, then the children are removed. This thing about allowing them to give them chances and chances, you know, maybe Connor and Brindley, man, them babies were removed and everything, and they put them right back with her, that mom, you know. Those kind of things, and then West Point, you know, if them people, them two monsters had already had um, questions about being involved with any other children, or if any other children they had to be returned because of whatever the reason, if they chose they didn't want to care for, you know, there's a reason for all that. and things were left unseen there. All of that's got to be fixed. There's got to be a better system. And it doesn't just really pertain to just CPS. And let's not forget about APS. But it's not all about just that either. It's the law enforcement. And the thing is that we all just keep sitting back and watching it. And we've got to find a peaceful way to hold everything much more accountable. There needs to be much more help brought in. You know, if the caseload is far more than employees, then you need more help. So there's got to be answers. There's answers somewhere, and forming a massive. I'm talking about a massive amount of people together, but there's got to be a way to come up with some answers. You know, our American children, the children of the world, being slaughtered left and right. Adults. There's so much that needs to be fixed. Or at least, there's probably really no way to really fix it. But there's gotta be a way to make it better. There's gotta be. I was really hoping we'd had a better turnout tonight. Um, I guess because there wasn't such a good turnout, it'd probably take me twice as long to ever go live again. But I had my own severe heart heart wrenching situation of my own. Uh, Concerning my 30-year-old son last July. Eventually, I'll be sharing some things here. Maybe not a whole lot about my son on this channel. I believe I'll be starting like a back channel more or less for people to share things concerning my son. There's a lot in that. Really hard. Actually, pretty much a nightmare that has an end. I also have some things I want to share about with some of the other YouTube creators that I've encountered over these last, I guess it's been about 10 months or so now that I started coming around YouTube. And actually, I never really uh, did much or anything on YouTube. It was my son who kept telling me about I could find anything I want to know on YouTube. All you have to do is look it up. Excuse me. Really sorry about that. But I have some things I want to share about some creators, and for the most part, I just want to say my piece about it, and then I want to move on. And I probably got some rather unkind things to say about some of them, including some moderators. But it's nothing that I want to That's right. It doesn't matter. I have a lot that I like to share. Could be interesting to some people, and maybe not so interested to some. Yes, I do agree to that too. It starts at home. It really does. In fact, there's a creator on YouTube that I've watched for the last 10 months that really slacks in that department. You can point some of those out. My heart burst for that guy. Yes, it does. So, um, I hope we get a lot of people that might want to start getting more involved from all over the area and all across the U.S. and the other countries. That would be really neat. I think, you know, and I want everyone to know that the things I share is not just pertaining to me and the things I share. Open my chat and panel to whoever. If you have a personal case or personal thing going on that you need help with, or if you just need to talk, someone to talk to, or whatever it might be, I open the door to everyone equally. See, to me, it's very important that everything is equally. Because truth is, I love everyone. I really do. I truly love everyone. And I adore and love every child on this earth. And I have 7 children of my own, 2 in heaven. And I have uh, a different special bond with those 7 children. Yes. But as far as every other child, I love your children. I love all children. And I love people, all decent people. I love, and I would pretty much do anything. You become part of my world, and there isn't anything I wouldn't do if I could be of any help, or if I could just be an ear. My door will always be open. And that's the way I like to have the other people that like to live like that too. Yeah, these last 8 months have been rather difficult. On the 19th of this month, it'll be 8 months since I lost my son. And it's been really difficult to be the person I really am. We're not really chatting on a specific subject. Just pretty much giving it. I have anyone like to ask any questions, I can give answers. Just pretty much trying to explain a little bit about the intentions and the motive for the channel and a little about myself. I really want people to understand that this isn't a drama channel. This isn't um, craziness. This isn't a bullying channel. This isn't a bashing channel. I'm looking for positive people. I like to try to be positive. And don't think sometimes I won't fly off the handle now. I will. You need to be. I will. Um, just like anyone else could, you know? And if someone would be in chat or anything like that and they feel the need to do that, you know, we can do so more in private than openly. I just don't want no one really bashing people, being crazy towards others, any of that craziness kind of stuff. I think um, just being positive. You know, I asked for everyone to do a 30-day challenge for three. All you had to do was stand up for what was right, be someone that's all about the truth, and um, do a good deed each day for the next 30 days. I've been doing mine. I have been doing yours. The video I posted before March 1st or on March 1st asking if anyone that listened to it to take on a 30-day challenge. You know, there's things like that I would like, you know, people in the chat could say, hey, I challenge such and such, you know, to learn a new recipe or something for this week or, you know, things like that. It's like for guys, for people to come together and be happy in some senses and be willing to spread the joy and things like that. But there's a lot of things, you know, that will probably come up along the way, and I just like for, you know, us to be adults and, you know, just being an adult about trying in general about everything get you a lot farther than the craziness and stuff. I'm usually someone that needs to analyze a little bit though. But a lot of us women like to do that. We all kind of like to analyze. I tend to maybe do a little more than most probably. Sometimes it could be my downfall about certain things, only because I spent so much time on analyzing something maybe You know, kind of change topic for a moment. How about the weather should be changing soon. I thought it'd be cool to kind of share about flyers and things like that, and planting, and, um, you know, if you create a flower bed or a garden or something, it'd be pretty cool to share about those. And, those kind of things, having cookouts, favorite uh, things to cook out and so forth. And uh, I know I'll be cooking out, so we'll probably be doing some lives on cooking out while I'm cooking out. That's for sure, because I like to cook out. I'm waiting on the weather change. I don't know if you guys are, but I know this girl is waiting on the weather. Bring on the heat. But uh, yeah, I don't like the cold too much. Uh, then I like it by the water too. Uh, don't be surprised if we don't take a trip somewhere along the lines where there's some water out hang out there. Lena, I knew you'll be there. You ain't gonna miss that cooking, are you, girl? You know I can do some good cooking. I was wondering where Kendra went. I seen her comment early on, but seems she just disappeared on us, didn't she, guys? I'm not quite sure who all's in here, but at the moment I know that I know I got one of my best, probably 3 of my besties in here. A couple that known me for years, and hopefully the lives won't be this boring with just us in here, and we can get this built up a little better than this at some point. I noticed a couple of the more popular channels also went live about the same time or shortly after me, so I'm sure most of them are over there, those popular ones. There's a creator that I've been watching lately that does these love bomb, kind of like where they go around to channels and drop a bunch of love, and that's something that I would really like to do too. Heck yeah, Quinn, me too. And I like learning about things and uh, along the way, and I really love sharing about them. It's really cool to me. I love those kind of things. Um, so I guess I pretty much have been live almost an hour. Here in a few more minutes. So when we get about to the hour mark, we'll probably wrap this one up. Uh, anyone has any more questions or anything, just please feel free to pop them out there to me. Anyone could think of anything else that I could probably speak about. I did want to share that I do smoke cigarettes, and I generally will probably always either uh, keep my cigarette out of view. Um, uh, but so if you hear a noise or something rattling, like this is my lighter, so it usually rattles because it's like a metal case that I've had for 5 years. Over 5 years, I've been carrying the same um, cigarette lighter case. And how many people do you know that would be carrying the exact same cigarette lighter case for 5+ years? That'd be me. And um, but I will try not to smoke on camera. In fact, when I am in view and I choose to smoke, I probably would turn the camera off, have my cigarette, and then turn the camera back on. Hopefully, that's how it can work. Um, Twin, thanks a lot. That means a lot to me. You're right. I really have been through a lot. I could write a book merely nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. I'm still working through some of them, and that's part of my reason for this channel. I'm hoping to motivate some folks that may help me. I need the help. I do. And I hope to reach my goals, um, and the goals for this channel. And I hope to be part of reaching anyone else's goal. And I hope to be able to bring people together to enjoy and um, truly want to try to be uh, part of helping others and building a better path, life, whatever, for each other. I've started to say, that guy that creator that goes around and does bomb love, please, and I think that's so neat. And I'd like to really do something like that. It's where you go around the different creators that are going live, and you take your subs and you have your subs go over and drop all kinds of love in their chat while they're going live. I just think that's a really neat. I think all the creators should do that. Kind of like, coming together and going around and sharing the love. I think that should be something all channels should be doing. And this other creator is doing it. And I don't know if any others that are doing it, but I'd like to be the next channel that would be involved in doing it. I think it's really nice. So it's really important to me that folks realize that I'm not. This is not all about me. I want folks to be involved and uh, and know that we're all here for each other. I think that's important. I think that's missing a lot in a lot of people's lives, that they don't really feel like, that there's others out there that want to be part of being uplifting and bring happiness and peace and so forth like that amongst each other. Sometimes you might see me going out and visit with some horses, or you might see me be part of what they call most of the time like benefits or poker runs of uh, motorcycle uh, riders get together for benefits or a poker run benefit or something like that for some sort of cause, and I might be part of it. And so I may go live from one of those. Might go live from cooking, um, gardening, doing my flowers, or going live from by some water. Um, and some other people might be doing some other things and say, hey, I want to go live. I'm going to the ocean. You want to go live? And I'll be more than happy to open the channel and let anybody want to, share things or whatever. So just feel free to reach out to me and let me know. There's all kinds of things, you'd be surprised how much other people enjoy doing those things or, that, because, one of the things I used to enjoy, um, I used to really enjoy going out, going karaoke and shooting pool and stuff. And I haven't been doing that for many years. And I could be doing it now, um, but I don't do it. But I have some friends that, they go out karaoke and they post their lives and stuff. And I really enjoy watching them because I get to, have something to watch and comment on whatever back to them. You know, it's not like being in person, but it's helped. It really helps. So you never know what you might do that might be beneficial or helpful for someone else. But you can try, and that's what I like to do. I like to try. So we have been on it for about an hour now because I was scheduled for 7:45, but I didn't really get up and go until a few minutes afterwards. This is my first one, and I probably bored y'all to death because it's only us. But I appreciate it. You guys mean a lot to me to be here for me. But start out slow and build up from there again. We'll have to see how many people come back and actually view the live and see what happens. But I do have a lot of things to share with you guys. And I mentioned some of those things. So if you want to leave in the comments, um, which which thing would you like for me to discuss on next in my next live? It would be helpful for hear your suggestions. So please leave those in the comments. And if you're new, um, please hit sub. In fact, it's important that you do because that's one thing I forgot to touch base on. Um, my first couple of lives will probably be public, but eventually I will probably take my channel to subscriber only if that's an option. Um, this channel won't be where you collect super stickers, money, or whatever. That won't happen here. Um, so um, basically, I spoke earlier about the rules about no bullying and no craziness and drama and stuff like that. But uh, I just think that eventually, if things kick off like we want them to, that having people that's basically being active in the channel and being subscribed would be a good way to keep a handle on things. So eventually, we may go to um, subscribers only will only be able to view or chat. So, it might be an option. I'm not sure if it for sure if it's even an option, but if it is, that might be what we may end up doing later. So I want to let people know that. Um, so in other words, if I go to share about one of the other cases or something like that that I spoke about, and if you're not subscribed, then you may not be able to see or get that information. I'm not sure how that works. A lot of people on YouTube are a whole lot more sure about how things work than I am. So, but it becomes where I need to try to keep control better of the craziness or something like that. It might be a mode that we have to go to. Um, I also want to make an announcement that Twin Tong, my sweet twin there, um, is basically going to be needing some help with being a moderator. So if you see Twin around and you like to help out and be a moderator, hook up with her and she will figure out if the person will be good for moderator for our channel. And I would really appreciate that. Please reach out to Twin. Um, he will definitely take care of that for us. Um, Kendra, she's a mod, and Lena is just mod. So we have 3 mods now. Uh, Lena, when you get a chance here in a minute, could you re-comment again to make sure that you're blue like Kendra and Twin are, please, honey? Um, Once we get other mods, and Lena, you don't want to be a mod after that, that's fine. I just thought maybe I didn't want to make you feel left out. Figure we turn you blue for now too. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully our next live there'll be more. Wait on Lena though. There she is. She's a blue. That's great. Glad it worked out good. I believe um, that it will stay that way. Um, I don't know or think how I would change it. I haven't seen anything on how to change them. For the next live, I believe. On the next live, it should still be French. Hopefully that's how it works. But I do believe that will work. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here tonight for me. It means a lot to me. And I don't want to hold us up any longer, but definitely I am now about an hour for being live. Not quite sure what time it was exactly that we got up and actually had the mic working and so forth. But I do thank you guys for coming. I think the other couple other people that came. It does mean a lot to me, guys. Good night, and I hope the three of you have a good night. Love you guys. Good night.